This video is about starting new projects at this time of year. It's January, it's cold, but we all want to do new things, right? It does involve me doing a very, very bad piece of acting and an even worse American accent. So enjoy it. I wanted to make something new, something to share with you guys because we want joy. I want joy. I want joy for you. So just take a look at this nature. It's fabulous. The nature, the friends, the cooking, the crafts. It's all going to be on my show, my Netflix show. Did you see Suits? Did you see me in Suits? I was talented in Suits and I'm still talented. I want to share with you guys the joy of being with me. And in this beautiful nature environment, and I love nature. I love nature. I love the trees. I love the leaves. It's got some leaves. Listen to the leaves. Yeah, that's going to be on my show. And I'm going to have my dog on the show as well. And I know you guys, you love dogs, right? I don't know where that siren is. Walk with me into the future that has a lot of me on Netflix. And my friends are so dear to me. Friends are the core of my being.
What else is it about?
What else is it about? That's a great question there. And it's about me. Just bring me joy. Just bring everybody joy. Dogs, cats, birds, everybody. Everybody wants joy. And everybody wants embroidery and crafts and quilts and home cooking. Home cooking in your lovely kitchen. You see my kitchen. It's very white. It's very white and big, and it's got a big island. It's got several islands. They call me Island Kitchen Meghan at some places in Los Angeles. So Meghan's got her Love Meghan project going with Netflix. We'll see how that pans out during the year. But for the rest of us, we've also got new adventures starting at this time of year in January. I don't know what yours are, but they could typically include losing weight, writing that novel, getting a new job, that sort of thing. So why do so many of us start these things in January, and what goes wrong? So question one, why exactly do we do this in January when it's cold? I don't know about you, but I struggle to get out of bed, let alone taking that dynamic step to going to the gym, getting everybody involved in your new project, becoming an influencer, writing that bestseller. We get that enthusiasm. I don't know about you, but I sort of get that feeling that, yeah, I'm going to do all of these things. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire by the middle of the year. I've got it all planned out in my mind. But of course, when I say all planned out, I've just got me just starting something and then somewhere down the line, me reveling in the success. You might feel that this is familiar. I think some people will. So you start off with this rush of enthusiasm. You've ordered a ring light to start your new videos, for example. You've got your mood board set up. By the mid-afternoon lull, you might have spent £300 on a new branding workshop that you found on Facebook called Enhance Your Inspiration, I don't know, something like that. So you've got yourself kitted out, you've got your new gym gear, you've got your membership. In another example, you've got all of your stuff to make all these films. You've bought your training package off Facebook for £1,000, even though it looked a bit dodgy. It had good reviews on the Facebook page, so you might as well. You make your first little video, or you go for half an hour for the gym induction, and of course your friends and family rightly are going to say, yeah, you're doing great, the video's great, everything's wonderful. So you're thinking fantastic, but of course what your mum says may not reflect the reality of the situation. So we don't tend to get that sort of criticism, honest criticism about things as we go along. So even if you've just done 5 minutes in the gym, your mum's going to say that's brilliant, and it is good to get going. But if it sort of stays at 5 minutes and then a month later you stop going, that may not be, well, it's not going to be as effective. I go to the gym and I know that there's a bit of a huge explosion in people that go to the gym, all avidly puffing and puffing away, and then a couple of weeks later it's back to its quiet and serene self. But yeah, so that's the second thing that I want to refer to, feedback. And of course Meghan's got all this feedback feeding her, you know, dare I say it, slightly narcissistic personality in the background. That she's got the money to back it up and the time, which is something that some of us don't have. The other big change nowadays is that we are now seeking validation, not just from our friends and family, but also via AI. So we ask ChatGPT, how do you think this is going to go? Or how do you think I'm doing? And of course, ChatGPT is always going to say, from my experience anyway of ChatGPT, that's fantastic. That's a great idea, Nyla. I'll run with that idea. It's marvellous. It's wonderful. And, you know, we kind of, it's so persuasive that we think, yeah, okay. So this is all good so far, by the way. It's good to get good feedback and for people to encourage us. It's at the next stage we sometimes give up, which is the fear of judgment, because we're not doing that great in terms of results. So the next stage is quite a critical one, and that's after we've successfully crossed that first hurdle and carried on going to the gym for a month or something, or made a couple of YouTube videos, that sort of thing, written your first song, written your first chapter of your book. So what's the next thing that can go wrong? Well, the next thing is we're not getting the kind of validation that we hoped for or the results. So instead of losing a stone, you've kind of not really changed in weight, and it, you know, it's making you feel a bit down. You're sort of rushing to look at all these weight loss injections now. Or you've only got 2 likes on the video that you've spent 36 hours producing or something, or actually, you know, more like a week getting together, editing, reshooting, everything like that. And that 2 likes are probably from your mom and your sister or something like that. So, you know, I mean, these things are demoralising. So we kind of think, well, it's never going to get anywhere. We're kind of Googling, how do I wipe off any evidence of my existence from the internet? You know, we kind of want to disappear, because how could we not have known that this was going to happen, right? Because every other year it happens as well. Okay. So by this time, a bit of reality is sinking in, and then often that's when we pack away our gym gear, put all of the equipment that you've bought for doing your videos on your Facebook Marketplace, and you know, you never mention these resolutions again for another year. So what are some of the things that we can watch out for to prevent this sequence of events, this negative sequence of events? Well, firstly, that first initial phase of, you know, rapidly getting everything together and euphoria and everything else, that can easily lead to burnout. So of course I'm going to say pace things so that you're not expecting huge results in the first small period of time, be that a week, a month, or whatever. So, you know, kind of just be realistic about what your results are going to be and your outcomes are going to be. So that's number one, don't expect overnight success. And linked to that, don't expect perfection. So we are all learning how to get there with various things. And if we've got a set image in our mind of what that's going to look like, then if you don't quite match that, it's going to bring you down. So just be a bit more fluid in what you're expecting and also what equals success. So another thing is sticking with it. Will Meghan's Love Meghan be a huge success? I've got no idea. It's not really my kind of thing, but it is some people's kind of thing. So soft focus is very in some areas. But I've noticed that Meghan's other projects seem to have been a bit short-lived. So Spotify was there, and then it kind of poodled off into the sunset fairly rapidly. Many of us kind of give up because we don't see that instant success. So just sticking with something is remarkably good at increasing the chances of success. So yeah, so that's another important thing. Even through the bad times, try and get through them and get back on track. So some practical tips: break things down so that it doesn't seem that you're having to solve all of the problems and do all of the hard work in one big chunk. So that's a good thing. Break things down into manageable parts. Then make yourself accountable to people. So if you can tell people or get buddies to be involved in what you're doing so that you feel some sort of obligation to keep people in the loop and obligation to say that you're succeeding and keeping on going, that's a really motivating factor for us when we're doing these new things. So that's another thing. And then appreciating that you're making progress even if you're not quite reached your goals is really important. It's that sort of journey. I know that it's a bit cliched, but learning the new habits that you're forming whilst you're trying to get to your goals is more important than reaching your goals, really, because it's actually those things that you can do again and again and replicate in terms of the way that you behave that's going to make a difference to you doing lots of other things, not just that particular thing that you were trying to do. So that's my take on Meghan and her project, her latest project. I do wish us all well with our plans for this year. I hope that your year is going well. If you want more tips on how to succeed in various things, then do subscribe to Nowsville, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.